Welcome again to another prediction. This time is the Hyundai Cup, which is, of course, the Asian Cup, known as the AFF. But of course, this is a tournament which always changes its name, changes its sponsors, and basically it's about all the nations in the ASEAN continent, which is of course Southeast Asia, and you got teams like Malaysia, Indonesia, Singapore, Thailand, Vietnam, teams that of course been participated in these tournament. Now, if you actually look over the years, this tournament has, I think, been very much, changing in hands. And this time around, it's sponsored by Hyundai. Previously, it was known as the Mitsubishi Electric Cup back in 2024. So yeah, it's always been changing its name and sponsors. And one thing about these tournament, it is not registered under the FIFA official calendar. So I'm not really sure in terms of does this actually affect the ELO marks, rankings, and such. But one thing is for sure that some clubs do not actually prefer their teams or players to participate in this tournament because of it is not recognized by FIFA. And FIFA is currently trying to actually do another ASEAN Cup, which is actually called the FIFA Asian Cup. This is of course a Wikipedia page. I can actually just link it to you. And this is, of course, 26 October 2025. Um, this is the new tournament that FIFA is set to organize in 2026 in September. And these are the grouping. You got the Group A, Group B, Group A and B. You got the Challenge Division, and you got the Premier Division. And you got teams from ASEAN in the Southeast Asia, and of course from ASEAN, well, India, Pakistan, and mixed together, of course, with in Thailand, Philippines. This is like the official version. So I'm not really sure what is FIFA's planning. Is this how is the format really going to? But look, I mean, look at that. Even the price is about 1 million USD. For the challenge is 200,000. So I'm not really sure in terms of how this will work in terms of the participation and all. But yeah, I think this is how it is going to be played out. Anyways, today our video is actually more on my prediction on who is actually going to it. I'm the official RC United FC Hyundai Cup 2026. As you can actually see right now, Group A and Group B, you got altogether 10 teams. These are teams that qualified. There's not many countries actually in the ASEAN. So normally in the qualification, you got either Brunei and Timor Leste, the lowest ranking nations, will fight together in an aggregate home and away game. And this time around, Timor Leste actually won it, so they are in the group. So Group A comprises of Vietnam, Singapore, Indonesia, and Cambodia, and Group B comprises of Thailand, Malaysia, Vietnam, Myanmar, Philippines, and Laos. Now, if you can actually see throughout the years, I think the most successful teams, a lot of people I think might already know this one. These are the qualified teams and their previous best performance. As you can actually see, the most successful team is Thailand. They have won it for around 7 times, champions. And the second successful team is, of course, Singapore with four titles. And currently, the new champions, which I think are quite prominent, is of course Vietnam. Vietnam, of course, won the last 2024 champion, so they have 3 titles as well. And of course, Malaysia won it once back in 2010, and the other nations have not won it yet, but they have, of course, their best performance runners up. I think Indonesia is, in my opinion, one of the most unluckiest side. They have entered 6 finals in the year 2000, 2002, 2004, 2010, 2016, 2020, and yet failed to win in all those finals, not even one. So that is a really pity for them. Yeah. So in terms of ranking of the teams, Thailand of course rank the highest in the Southeast Asia with 94. Vietnam, Indonesia, Philippines, Malaysia, Singapore, Myanmar, Cambodia, Laos, Brunei, and Timor Leste. Of course, a lot of you know that Malaysian football has been impacted with the negative news headlines back few months regarding the naturalization of players, documentation which is not according to FIFA's rule, and that had some issues in terms of legality, and we almost have been banned. There is a bit of reduction in terms of the ranking because of, and of course, there's a fine from FIFA. I can't remember how much was it was imposed to the FAM, the Football Association of Malaysia, regarding issues in terms of citizenships of the players. So, without further ado, I would like to proceed to the predictions, of course. As you can actually see, as of August 7th, 2026, I'm making this video. These are the current standings. Vietnam, for Group A, Vietnam, Singapore, Indonesia, Cambodia, Timor Leste are in the fights for the Group A. Of course, two teams will qualify to the knockout stages. The format is simple. Winners of Group A will be against the runners-up of Group B. Winners of Group B will be against the runners-up of Group A, and they have a two-tie league. One thing is very weird for this competition is they have even a second league for the final. So even the finals is played, semi-finals is played, even the finals is played two times in home and away, which in a way gives advantage to the home side, which plays their final in the second leg. But last time around, these are the live results now. Today, August 7th, Friday. As if now, Vietnam is leading Cambodia 1-0. So back to my to the format. You can actually see that it's a bit weird to have a two-leg final. So I'm not really sure, but I hope in the future, or if FIFA Asian Cup comes in and replaces this tournament, it's better to have a final, a single match final in a neutral ground, maybe somewhere in, I don't know, any neutral ground will do. I think the final venue can change every edition. It's much more fun that way, like the Champions League, like the World Cup. But to have a two-legged final, even a knockout stage. I mean, knockout is knockout. I mean, if you have a two match, it's kind of weird. I mean, I don't know. I mean, there are people who telling there's advantage home and away, but if at least the final is played only one game, so any drama in the final, so less advantage, of course, to teams that play the final in their home ground for the second time for the second leg. So that's just my opinion. So in Group A, I think my predictions are going forward. I think Vietnam, Singapore, Indonesia, and Cambodia. I think Vietnam will definitely champion Group A, no doubt about it. They have been very, very much consistent in their performance so far. I think for the battle for the second place is going to be either Singapore or Indonesia. Cambodia and Timor Leste, I don't think they have the ability to progress to the next round. A lot more things to be done. Indonesia certainly have few more games to play after this, I think. Let's go to the matches here. Schedule. Can actually see Indonesia will have this is the last game. Today is the last group game for Group A. So they have to win against Singapore to progress to the next round, and they're having their game in Singapore. So home advantage to Singapore, and I think that game will end up in a draw. I'm not really sure, but my prediction is going to be a draw. And Singapore and Vietnam will go to the next round. For Group B, I think no doubt about it, Thailand, champions, the most successful team in terms of football in Southeast Asia, will have no problem becoming the champion for Group B. I think their final group game will be against Myanmar, which I think they would win, and Malaysia would play against Philippines. I think Malaysia have a very good chance to win against the Philippines. Looking from the results, I think the Philippines have a much worse performance compared to Malaysia. Two defeats and a single win, while Malaysia have only one defeat. This is to Thailand. And Thailand, I think if the final game is played Thailand and Myanmar, I think Thailand will have no problem beating Myanmar or drawing with them. And a draw with Myanmar, even if it's a draw, Malaysia, if even Malaysia, worst case scenario, they have a draw with the Philippines, they would go through. If Malaysia loses against Philippines and Myanmar, I think Myanmar have a very tough time to beat Thailand. So the worst case scenario, if they drew with Thailand, they would go to the next round. So Malaysia have to at least play for a draw to go through. And my predictions is Thailand and Malaysia will go through to the next round. So Malaysia will be against Vietnam and Singapore will play Thailand in the second knockout stage. Now, this is where it gets a bit hard to predict, but of course, in previous assessments, I think no doubt about it. I think Thailand. I think if it comes to Malaysia and Vietnam, we can go to head uh, statistics. You can actually see in terms of the uh, well ranking football internationals. Right. Mm-hmm. Premier League internationals competition. FIFA Men's World Cup. Head-to-head football. Vietnam versus Malaysia. Okay. Now, oh my God, so many ads. Sorry about that. So you can actually see that Malaysia versus Vietnam. I think in terms of the statistics, last time around, Vietnam versus Malaysia. Um, Vietnam actually, Malaysia has only won 5 games and lost 17 games against Vietnam. The last time we won against Vietnam was back in 11 December 2014. That is almost more than 10 years ago. And it had been a straight defeat. The last time we drew was back in 2018, and we have lost consistently, consistently, just defeats after defeat. So this time around, I don't think there is any. This is where the two tie games gives teams like Malaysia a chance to progress. If if you lose your first game 3-0, it's a bit hard to go back to the game. But you never know, in football things can change. But still, it's a bit hard to. So I think Vietnam will go to the next round. Let's see a head to head between Thailand vs Singapore. In terms of the statistics, of course, these are historical records. Um, Vietnam have, I think, Singapore have gone 11 games and lost 41 and drew 18. The last time Singapore has won against Thailand is back in 2012. That is 13, about how many? 14 years ago. So even longer comparing to Malaysia and Vietnam. And they have been defeated all the last time. So yeah, I mean, I think Thailand surely will be going on to the next round. So the finals, I think, will be, of course, Vietnam versus Thailand. Again, that has been the case for the previous Asian Cup back in 2014, Vietnam and Thailand again. 2022, Thailand and Vietnam. Thailand won it back in 2021. Thailand and Indonesia. That time Thailand won it back in 2018. Vietnam and Thailand and Malaysia. That was the last time that Malaysia went all the way to the finals, and back in 2016. So in the last two editions, Vietnam and Thailand have been very consistent, and I think again this time around it will not be any different. I think they will have a very good chance to go through. Let's look at this statistic: Vietnam versus Thailand in terms of helping us making a correct judgment. Vietnam and Thailand. Thailand have only won 5 games against them. They have drew 8 and lost 18. So you can actually see Thailand versus Vietnam, a win for Vietnam. This was the final the last time around. They also won it. So Vietnam have only won 5 games and they are lost 18. So statistically, they have not have a good record. But in the last time these two sides met, Vietnam won it. And the last time, even I think the last time Thailand won against Vietnam was not far away back in 2024. So this time around, looking at the performance, Vietnam have scored 11 goals, Thailand have scored 8, no goals conceded so far. I'm looking at Vietnam and I'm thinking they have a Group A is much tougher, I think. Excluding Timor Leste, Indonesia and Singapore, two very, very good sides comparing to, Malaysia is quite a good side, sometimes very much inconsistent. Myanmar in the last few years have been quite a challenge to be to a team to defeat. um, so in my opinion that is the so in my opinion, looking at the data, looking at the historical statistic, I will actually say that this time around I think Vietnam would definitely win against Thailand and another fourth title to the addition. Um, and yeah, I think they would actually win it this time around. And Thailand will, of course, end up to be a runners up again. So that is my prediction for the AFF Cup, Hyundai Cup 2026. This time around, this edition is much more earlier. I think the previous edition is always in end of the year. I think they want to held it much earlier this time around. And anyways, thank you for watching, and goodbye.